Hi everyone, it's Jeremy Lewis with North America Field Support. I wanted to demonstrate with a video how to use our ServiceNow Service Desk ticketing tool and some of the features and functions within it specific to search, calling into the help desk, and explaining some of the banner bar options that you have when working and opening tickets. So to jump right into it, at the very top we have, you can access this through Citrix, you can access this straight from your desktop, but you open up a Chrome browser, which is preferred. Go to gerdau.service-now.com. It will bring you to a very similar page like this. Once you get there, you can do things like search in the knowledge base for maybe something that's very common with us today. Lots of people have Skype questions, right? So we can go here, type in keyword, and it will come up with many little articles. Now, the ones that are in bold here are actually articles that we've recently posted that are primarily pictures. Try to make it as simple as possible. It's not a lengthy 30-page document that you have to sift through. And if you have questions or suggestions for improvements in these areas, we're certainly open for them. If you see the icons that are here, it looks like a single piece of paper. Those are known as the knowledge base articles. When you see something down here that's a little bit different, these are what we call catalog items. So that basically, if we click this, it would open up a ticket and would route it to the Skype team. So we're trying to do this with several other software, pieces of software and initiatives. So for example, we have the giveaway program. People don't know exactly where to go to submit a ticket for this, but what we did is created a catalog item. Again, just go straight to the ticket by keyword, and it will give you the information and ask you the questions that you need in order to successfully open that ticket and get it routed. All right, so we can also filter. So remember how we did the Skype suggestion earlier? Say that I know that I want to open up a ticket for it. I don't need to have the knowledge base articles. I can go here, type in the keyword Skype, and as you can see, only that will display rather than the knowledge base articles, like I said. Here's the banner bar. So this is one of our more prevalent tools that we have within ServiceNow. It's been revised a couple of times over the last few years based on customer feedback. And one of the items here is about opening up the tickets. In fact, both of these right here are for opening tickets. With requests, that simply means that it's something that you have not had access to before, or it's something that you knew that you were trying to request, say, for example, a laptop or a mouse, or maybe access to a mailbox or access to a file server. Something broken, we refer to these as incidents. That simply means that the last time you logged in, you were able to log in just fine and you didn't have any software errors. All of a sudden today, you have software errors. This is where we would click and open up a ticket for what we, again, refer to as an incident. Our chat support is probably the least utilized and kind of a secret to some folks, I guess, but the chat support actually gives you a direct line to our IT service desk to open tickets, to ask questions, whatever the case may be. Another way to do that while we're on the topic is right down here by calling the help desk or service desk, which is synonymous with one another, right? So chat support, back to that, they usually have a response for us, or at least start the conversation with us within about a minute or so during weekdays, unless there's an outage. This is a good tool here to use to find out what the status of a current outage is as well. Knowledge base articles, this is very similar to the knowledge filter up here. In fact, they contain the same items. This is just more of a drill down view with tiles on a screen if you're not exactly sure of the key search terms you're looking for. Collaboration, we don't use it that much in North America, this specific tool within ServiceNow yet, but it's just an exchange of ideas. We just don't have a moderator that we're using for this. In fact, we've got the digital transformation team and the business partners that actually play this role currently today. Going down through our page just a little bit, all of these links are self-explanatory, and so I won't go into depth with any of them, but what we perform trend analysis with tickets over several months, and about every 6 months we run this report, and it will tell us what our most prevalent tickets are. That being said, what we did is just created a quick shortcut to where you can open up a ticket or work with them. The exception here is the visual task boards. This we're going to have a separate video cast for in the future, and this is exactly like Trello, but it's built into ServiceNow, and there's quite a bit of functionality to it. A lot of managers in North America use it, and we'll give you more details when the time comes. Right here is exactly what we're trying to help folks understand. This is just a couple of screenshots. Click on this link. Obviously, you'll get to this video and a few other videos as well. But what we want to do is be able to give you the opportunity to print out some of the information that I'm talking about today. Over on this side of the screen is the any incidents that you would open before, which is something that's broken, or a request, and you can tell by the first letter in the ticket number is the request, R for request, and it goes up here as well. And this is where you would open that. So let's jump into creating a ticket actually. We would want to do that by going into, let's say you had, I don't know, you're in the metallics division and you have an error in GSCS or SAP, something like that. Let's go here and you can actually go to click on something broken. You have lots of options in here, right? And so these are some of my more recent catalog items that I've accessed. So up here, we know that it's a software issue. We're not sure if it's SAP, but we can go here to software. Once we're in there, you'll see that it actually populates your name for you as the person that is putting in the request for the incident. The neat part about this up here where it's not grayed out is, say it's somebody in your location, it's a supervisor, they're asking you to help them by putting in a ticket. Let's see. I can put someone else's name in there and they would also receive the emails as well. So the description, obviously we want to put any pertinent information, how many users this is happening with, if you have any additional information that will help us out to route that ticket more efficiently. You can't put too much in the description area, especially if there's an error code or something. That's very helpful when we come to the description. Phone, self-explanatory. Software. So as you can tell, it's a very large catalog, and to sift through this is a little cumbersome. So what we've done is actually added search functionality here too. And so like in the example of GSCS, keyword terms, type that in there. Obviously, this is in case we don't have the software in the catalog, which is pretty rare these days. Don't worry about these two right now because we're not going to address those on this call, but adding the attachments. So this is actually probably the most important part on this entire form, in the sense that we would like you to take a screenshot if you have a problem on your computer. If you described it a little bit, the screenshot will help supplement that by adding things like the time at the bottom of your screen, the title bar, the subject. Any error codes that you get can be captured in a screenshot. Of course, hit submit. Here's the key. After you hit submit, you're going to get an email with the ticket number in there. Anytime that you have a ticket that you need to raise the priority on, it's an outage, it's an emergency, you have to call the number on the help desk on the home screen. Here's why. Each of these tickets by default open up as a lower priority where there's a few days within the SLA. Most of them are resolved well before that, of course, but my point is, if it's an emergency and it's something that you need urgently, you have to call into the help desk with your ticket number in order to have this escalated. So I hope this is clear, hope this is helpful, and if you have more suggestions for a video cast in the future, please let me know. Thanks.